thanks for watching. Today I want to discuss a problem that I think every woodworker who does clamped glue-ups either has had or will have in the future. I have a set of these Bessie parallel clamps, and I use them often to glue up things like cabinet doors, drawer boxes, and butcher blocks. Butcher blocks in particular will produce quite a lot of glue squeeze out. Now, when I first got these clamps, I didn't think too much about it. I just started using them, and over time, a decent amount of glue has built up on the bar of these clamps. These clamps have small notches along the length of the bar, and subsequently, dried glue will interfere with the proper operation of the clamp. I've tried a number of solutions to get the glue off with fairly minimal success. I've tried soaking the clamps, using a heat gun, scraping, brushing, and so on. You can get there eventually, but it takes a lot of work, and it's pretty rough on the clamp. I did find a new product to try, though, and that's what I want to show you today. This is called De-Glue Goo, and it loosens water-based glue. It has a gel consistency to it, and it stays in place pretty well. The glue I have on my clamps is Titebond 2, so water-based, and it is supposed to turn the glue into a bit of a sludge that we can hopefully hit with a light wire brush, scraper, or steel wool, and rub off without too much effort. The primary purpose of this is to loosen glue on workpieces for repair or rebuilding, and allow you to get the old glue completely off. I don't see why we can't use it on the clamp, though. If we get that bond to loosen up, the glue should come off pretty easily. With a close-up, I'll show you a little bit of the gel going on. You can see it's fairly thick, not too messy to work with, and it's nice there isn't a strong, offensive smell to it either, so this is definitely an improvement over some of the other approaches I've tried. The instructions say you can wrap the application in plastic wrap if you're in a low humidity environment. It's not really a problem I have here in the Northwest, but your situation may be different. I am going to place a piece of scrap under the clamp, though, in case we get any drips. I don't want to get this all over the workbench. The instructions say give it 10 to 30 minutes, so we'll check back in 10 or 15 and see how we're doing. Now that this has had an opportunity to sit for about 15 minutes, I'm going to try a little steel wool first. It definitely doesn't just wipe off, but it is loosening up a bit. I'll also try a quick pass with an old chisel and see if I can scrape some of the bigger pieces off first. With normal hardened glue, before the application of gel, you could hit this pretty hard with a chisel and not get much, if any, glue off. So this is definitely helping. I had some old tape on here as well that I thought might help protect the clamp from the glue, but it actually stuck to the clamp pretty badly. And I'm pleased to see this is loosening that tape up as well. It seems I get the best results if I do a little pass with the chisel, get the big chunks, and then a pass or two with steel wool or a wire brush, and scrape the finer pieces off. Overall, I think this worked really well. It loosened the glue, and I was able to scrape the glue off with a lot less effort than I was before. One thing to note is you do seem to end up with some discoloration where the glue had been. You could hit that with some light steel wool if that bothers you. I'm more concerned about the clamp operating well, so having the dried glue off of there works for me. Now that the clamp is cleaned up, what do we do to prevent this from happening again? This is still a fairly labor-intensive process, certainly more than we want to do on a regular basis. We're going to want to get the glue off the clamp as soon as we can, as a general rule, but that's not always possible to do it before it starts to harden up. The longer it sits there, of course, the harder it is to remove, so as soon as you can clean it is best. We can also add some wax to the bar to keep it from getting a good hold. Now, I've been using Renaissance wax on about every metal surface in the shop recently, and it's all around great. I can't really say enough nice about the Renaissance wax. It keeps cast iron tables nice, helps prevent rust, keeps your track saw sliding more easily, and the list goes on. And in this case, it's going to give us a nice little barrier between the bar and the glue. The instructions on the Renaissance wax say to rub it on and then buff it off, but in this case, we're not going to do the buffing. We're going to actually just leave a light coat of wax right on the bar here. It'll still allow the clamp to slide nicely, but it'll give us that barrier we're looking for. I picked up my De-Glue Goo from woodworkingshop.com for $8.95. It's also carried at Rockler, Highland Woodworking, and several other stores online, so go check it out. You can find more information on their website at de-gluegoo.com. Thanks for watching.